Alright guys, today there was a few things that I saw. There was everybody's blowing up about Donald Trump working at McDonald's, and a lot of people said it was a joke, and they shut down the McDonald's afterwards for something, syphilis or something like that. I don't know the stupid nonsense that's going on, because that's pretty much what it is. It's a bunch of nonsense because somebody doesn't like somebody. I really don't get it. But so there's that. There's a lot of attorneys and judges that are sweating bullets right now. With some stuff that's going on. So CEOs in New York and Chicago there's a lot of stuff coming, a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes right now. But something I want us to remember: your job right now is to vote. November 5th. Vote. That's what your job is right now. To pray and vote. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. People are going to say it's rigged and it's this and it's that. People are going to discourage you from trying to vote. Don't let them do it. Just stick to your guns. Go vote. And if somebody says that you already voted and they give you a mail-in ballot vote, turn around and take that mail-in ballot vote saying I didn't vote. And then they got to deal with that because you have your mail-in ballot vote in your hand. So go through and make sure you get all your stuff done. You got less than 2 weeks. Prepare yourselves. A lot of things can happen in 2 weeks. A lot of things can happen in 2 weeks. You got next week, and then you got 5 days after next week. Next Thursday is the 31st, and then you got 5 days after that. So you got less than 2 weeks. So crazy times are upon us. This is the beginning of the shaking, the rumbling, and all that stuff. There is a lot of stuff going on. A lot of people have noticed military presence in areas. I don't know what all that's about, but don't be surprised if martial law gets put into effect soon. It's going to get wild. Things are starting to ramp up. I know Kamala Harris tried to apologize to the Christian community for the when she went to the church to make that thing, that she had some people removed from their church because she didn't like what they said. So, I mean, if you're being removed out of your own church and have to go through security to be at your church, I'm sorry, you're not respecting that person's religion. So it's a big mess right now. There's a video I saw. Guys are in Arizona in a desert area and nothing but cages with bathrooms inside the cage. So I don't know what's going on, but they are preparing for something to happen. It's going to look one way, but God says it's meant for them, not us. So we have nothing to fear. So don't fear with what's coming. Pray for the people that God has judged, and pray for this country. Pray for Trump. Pray for everybody, even the people you don't know. Pray for them, because God is going to be getting the revenge for us, not us. All right? God says forgive. I've never read anything in the Bible that says you have to forget what they did to you. But you should forgive them. When you forgive somebody that hurt you badly, and you're able to forgive them, that means you have the strength to move on. And you have a strength to be stronger than them. Just because you overcome it doesn't mean that you're weak. Just because you forgive them does not mean you're weak. That actually means that you are a lot stronger than they are, because you're able to move on and let it go. Now, that is very hard for certain people to do. Very hard. Some of the stuff that's happened to me, it was very hard to let go of some of that stuff. Some of it, I'm still hard. It's a struggle. It's a daily struggle to let that stuff go. I still forgive them, but it aggravates me that nothing was really done about it. So, God will get it in God's time. Not our time, but in God's time. What has been wrong to you, God will fix. So, we'll get there. Just be patient. It's a crazy time. It's a very good time to be with God, to see all this craziness going on, all this evil finally being brought out to the light, to where the darkness cannot hide, where the evil can't hide anymore. It's good to see it. Now, a lot of people think that they're going to get away with things. A lot of people think they're going to, oh, well, I'm a good enough liar, I can get out of this, blah, 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 blah. You may be a good liar, buddy, but the truth always prevails. Always prevails over a lie. So, I feel sorry for these people that are fixing to have a really rough time. Before I get off here, let's talk a little bit about Kim Clement prophecy that was prophesied back in 2015. It talks about the end of October being a time of mourning, as in, mourning over a lost one, that turns into a celebration of dancing. Guess when this is supposed to take place? The witching hour. So something may be happening in October or Halloween that is their time of year, but I don't think it's going to work out in their favor. So all we can do is wait and see. You got a week for that, so wait and see what happens. So there's that. Tomorrow, the 24th of October, 2024, the BRICS nation is supposed to be finishing their little conference, 3-day conference thing. And there is talk of them bringing out their new money system that is going to destroy the American money system. So we'll see what that brings out tomorrow. But I'm not 100% sure how everything's going to work. I don't know what's going to happen. I've got an idea, but I'm probably wrong. I might be wrong. Only God knows. I can make an educated guess, but I don't like doing that. So, what I have learned today, and I think I'm fixing to start throwing this in the videos. I learned today from all this, the government's gotten too big for their britches. We need a smaller government. We need to let the people have their freedoms. We need things done a specific way to where if somebody in government oversteps their boundaries, they're in trouble. And I'm talking about your local government officials trying to make state law, and when they make a state law that violates a constitutional right, they need to be held accountable for that, because they are knowingly and willingly restricting a right by doing it. So we need to there needs to be penalties for that stuff. And we got to start holding government officials responsible for their behavior. And this goes all the way up to the presidency. The people should be able to decide if things are right or wrong. Not the government telling the people that they're wrong if they back this one person. government doesn't get to dictate who's in office. And that's what it seems like is going on right now. So we've got to get back. We got to get our voices back. And that's something I think we need to pray on and tell God, Lord, let the American people have their voice back. There's been a lot of talk about a yoke around your neck. What that is back in the day, they would attach a wooden collar around an ox's neck, attach a plow to it, and they would go out and plow the fields. That wooden thing was called a yoke. So basically, anytime somebody binds you in slavery and stuff and puts you in a neck collar, that is a yoke. And spiritually, we have all been bound with that yoke. God is going to remove that yoke. We are no longer going to be bound. A lot of people are not going to like this because they're used to that yoke. They're used to the government telling them what they can and cannot do. They're used to doing things a specific way in today's age. It's changed. We are no longer the society of that. A lot of people in the United States are tired of having their voices turned off, shut up, shredded, and just disregarded because a particular class of people don't want to hear it. Everybody's voice matters, and that's where we're fixing to get back to. This cancel culture is fixing to go away too. There's a lot of stuff that's coming, and a lot of people are not going to be happy with it. And we're not going to be basing things off of feelings. We're going to be basing things off of reality, and we're going to be basing things off of common sense. And if you don't make sense, you're not going to be in office. If somebody has to write a script for you to get you to sound halfway understandable, I'm sorry, you can't be in government. You can't be a government official. If you don't have an actual backbone and morals to stand by, you don't need to be in office. And that's where I'm at on that. But I do know that there is a big change coming. Everybody can smell it. Everybody feels the wind of change. It's here. Prepare yourselves for it, please, guys. All right? Pray. And remember, God loves you guys.